Hello, my name is J.C. Ballers. I'm a proud second-generation Guyanese American. I would like to speak to you today of the claim that Venezuela has on about 60% of Guyana's sovereign territory. This is the Essequibo region. There is a river that many people should know about that is usually not remembered in discussions regarding the territory conflict. This river is named the Pomeroon. There is a book I was reading by Lieutenant Colonel St. Clair, called Recollections of a Soldier in the West Indies and America. This book was printed in 1834, and when he was in Guyana, in British Guyana at the time, he visited the Pomeroon, and he described that there is a fort at the mouth of the Pomeroon River, and separating that fort from the fort all the way to the west on the banks of the Orinoco, this Spanish fort, was a swath of wilderness, a wild, savage land, he called it. And that despite the presence of this wilderness, there were those who came over from Orinoco to raid settlements. Escaped slaves would tell the Spanish where their masters' estates were, and they would come in canoes, and upon arriving at the settlements, they would load these canoes and boats up with produce from the estates and take them all the way back to Orinoco. So as you can see, if this recollection of an Englishman is to be trusted, the relationship of the Spanish to the Pomeroon, the heart of the Essequibo territory, was a relationship of thievery. They would raid the Essequibo region, even though this region was settled by an already existing power, first the Dutch, then the English. So the claim that the border of Venezuela and Guyana should be on the Essequibo River is ludicrous. In the middle of this region, there were Dutch and then there were English. This region was part of the Essequibo colony, and the colony was passed from Dutch hands to British hands, and then, of course, was incorporated in the borders of present-day Guyana. Now, it would seem fair that this border, the border should be drawn between the Pomeroon and the Orinoco, somewhere in this wild swath of wilderness. And that's exactly what happened. Despite allegations, true or false, that someone on the arbitration tribunal was bribed by the British, wined and dined, it doesn't matter. That territory is rightfully first Dutch, then British, then Guyanese. It has always been that way. It was never Spanish, it was never Venezuelan. Remember the Pomeroon. Thank you.